Today I'm going to be doing a transfer case fluid change on my 2003 Dodge Ram 2500. Tools, I've got a 10mm Allen. I've got one for the ratchet, but you could use a regular Allen wrench. I've got a pump here, just picked up from Walmart for $9, and 2 quarts of ATF4. And that should be all you need. One more thing you'll need is a catch band like this to catch the ATF as it comes out. Here I'm looking at my transfer case from the driver's side of the truck. There is a skid plate here that protects it in off-road situations. That'll get in the way a bit, but it won't stop us from accessing these 2 bolts. So the one on the top there is your fill one, and that's the one you're going to want to unbolt first, just to avoid a disaster of not having fluid. And the one on the bottom down here is where you're going to drain it out of. So if you were just checking your transfer case for, see how the quality of the fluid is and the level of the fluid, you would just take the top off and stick your finger in there and see if the fluid's up to the top. But to do an actual change, you will unbolt the bottom one here. Here we are, we've got the top one out, and we've already got fluid coming out. Good news is, it's red, it's in good shape. So this is pretty healthy looking fluid, especially, it literally drained in a few seconds. It just spilled all over the skid plate. Maybe it would have been better to try to remove the skid plate, but I didn't think it was going to spill over the edges. There's a little hole in the top of the skid plate, and I thought it would all just drain down through there. Let me show you. See that hole? I figured it all just gravity would take it down there, but there's so much fluid coming out that was not the case. Alright, so we're almost done already. It's literally been about not even 10 minutes. I got the pump here. I believe the intake side is up here near the pump itself, and that's down in the new fluid. And then the output goes all the way up into the fill hole on top of the transfer case. So just go pump this a few times and fill it up until a little bit of fluid comes out. I do have extra trans fluid over at my place if I need to get an extra bottle, but I don't think it's going to take more than 2 quarts. I think you can see we're pumping the fluid. Now I think on this one it's actually going to continue to pump for a bit, even though I'm not pumping the pump itself. I think it's still drawing some fluid. I'm going to continue to pump just to speed this up a bit. Ended up grabbing myself 1 more quart just to make sure it's absolute 100% full, but it'll probably only take a couple pumps out of this quart, and I'll save it for the, if I do the transfer case fluid on the 09, I'll have some extra fluid here for that as well. Alright, that was quick and easy, about 15-minute job. And just so you know, I used most of this bottle too. Now, these bottles had just a little bit left in the bottom of them, but it took closer to 3 quarts on my truck, so that was pretty interesting. But I did fill it until it started to overflow. And that's it. The bolts for the fill plug and drain plug, I believe the torque spec is 30 foot-pounds, but I tightened it down until it was roughly the same force that I had to use to take it off. So 30 foot-pounds is not very tight, by the way. Anyways, that'll do it for me. I'll see you in the next video.